Find out how they can help you. Click their icon above the weather on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make it all possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. In the studio now, we have Matt Hart, the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. How are you today, Mr. Matt Hart?
I am great, Tim. It's always great to be with you and your listeners I would like to say it's a beautiful day. Someone told me yesterday this is like a London day. It's not too cold, but rainy, but bearable. But it's typical spring in Illinois, right?
Without a doubt. And picturing us being in England right now makes it just a little bit better out there. I like it. So we're speaking today with Matt Hart, of course, Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. Got some great announcements today. We're going to hop right into it. This first one talks all about the enterprise zone. Now, there's going to be an expansion of these incentives, as I'm hearing. Talk to me a little bit about this.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. So it's 2024, and the way we do economic development 2024 is you try to utilize incentives as much as we possibly can. The three big incentives that we have out there in economic development include TIF districts, business development districts, and an enterprise zone. And the Christian County has an enterprise zone. We've had one for many, many years. But the state has changed some of the laws on how big your enterprise zone can be, what things qualify for the enterprise zone. And so we're adapting to the changes that the state gave us. But in that adoption, we can actually expand our enterprise zone. And that's what we're in the process of doing right now. And our enterprise zone is unique in that it's obviously a county-wide enterprise zone. So we have the Christian County Board very much involved in that. But then we also have the city of Taylorville. We've got the city of Pana. Our enterprise zone also goes into Assumption. So we actually have 4 governmental bodies that are all participating in this enterprise zone. And so anytime you make changes or expansions to the enterprise zone, you've got to have all of those levels of government working together. And so we've been actually doing this for about 5 or 6 months now. A lot of work going on behind the scenes, but we're very pleased with the changes we're making to the enterprise zone. At the end of the day, it's going to make Christian County even more attractive for businesses because we're going to expand the amount of area that's available for utilizing the enterprise zone. And people are always asking, what does it mean to utilize the enterprise zone? And there's many, many benefits, but the biggest one, Tim, is that sales tax on building material. That's one that generally helps people the most, whether you're building a business, whether you're building residential, whether you're building anything. Right now there is a state sales tax, there's local sales tax. When you build in the enterprise zone or remodel inside the enterprise zone, you can get all of your building materials sales tax free. Now you have to fill out the application, and the city of Taylorville administers that. They administer it not only for the city, but for the county. So if you want to develop in Pana, you still got to go through the Taylorville, through Lisa Sassatelli in the mayor's office has that. She manages that for us. But again, this is huge tax savings. And I've already been talking with people who are looking at doing some remodeling in 2024 that their business is already in the enterprise zone. So they're not building new, but it's, we're just going to redo our bathrooms or we're going to do an addition to the building. If your property is in that enterprise zone, utilize that enterprise zone benefit. Don't pay, save on the sales tax. It's completely legal. It's completely, it's an incentive. The state wants you to develop. The state wants you to go out and build. They want you to remodel. And it's being utilized in Taylorville. It's being utilized in Pana. It's being utilized in Assumption right now for the new neighborhood they have going in out there, which from what I've been told, a lot of their lots are already sold in Assumption. So it's a great economic tool. We want to continue to expand these economic tools. And that's one of the things that the public's going to see a little bit more of that in the next few weeks as we officially expand that enterprise zone.
And it's really great to hear, and all the coordination that's running through my mind right now that probably needs to happen between Pana, Taylorville, and Assumption. It's just really great. This initiative is being spread. And one of the most important things I think you mentioned right there, of course, for starting a new build, those incentives will be huge. But for all the existing businesses right now, they are not out of this conversation. they can use those incentives for, like you said, bathroom renovations, or if they want to expand their business. I mean, these are huge incentives to be able to take advantage of right there. Anything else you wanted to add on this expansion?
No, just and again, if you want to know about the enterprise zone, you can get the enterprise zone information on the Taylorville website, the City of Pena's website, Christian County Economic Development Corporation, our website. But if you're in those enterprise zones, whether you're thinking about building new or you're even thinking about doing some remodeling, or anything at all, or you can always reach out to us at Christian County Economic Development Corp, and we'll let you know if you're in the enterprise zone or not. But pretty much nearly everything business-wise in Pena is in the enterprise zone. Pretty much everything from downtown Taylorville north is in the enterprise zone. If you're thinking about building or remodeling, or know someone that is, get a hold of us. We can save them some money.
Without a doubt. Does the CCEDC have a number that you can call yet, or are we still calling you?
Sure. No, well, they can call our office number is 217-565-2280. You can call that number anytime. You can also text that number if you've got questions. You can also email us at edcchristiancounty@gmail.com. Again, that's edcchristiancounty@gmail.com. But yeah, we're and we had and Tim, we talked about before, back in January, we had a business incentives workshop that and you were able to come out and see that. We want to educate as many people as possible. We're looking at doing another business incentives workshop as well, both in Taylorville and even looking at doing one in Pena, because the more people that know about these incentives, the better we are, and the more opportunity we have to invest and expand our businesses.
Yeah. At this point, it's all about the knowledge of it, because once a business owner knows about it, the chances are they're going to use those incentives.
Right. And it's not complicated, Tim.
No,
It's very simple. It's a very simple application. You fill it out. You basically estimate what your building materials are going to cost, and we can walk you right through. It's on page 5 of the application. We've got a scenario on page 2 of the application. It's very, very simple. So it's not complicated. Don't be afraid to apply for it, or even just question. If you got questions, you can just reach out. But let's save some people some money, and maybe that means that you can, instead of adding 1,000 square feet, maybe you add 1,200 square feet, or maybe instead of just doing one construction project, you save some money and can actually hire another person for your business.
Without a doubt. That's Matt Hart speaking, Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. I'm going to move on to switch gears a little bit here, because we've been hearing, and as we're speaking about economic development, we've been hearing a lot about Sloan's here a little bit. Can you talk to us about this?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sloan Implement is the John Deere dealership, I think, that most people know, and their corporate headquarters is in Assumption, a great business here in the county. But their Taylorville location, they'd really outgrown their Taylorville location, and times have changed. When they started that location, tractors were much smaller, combines were much smaller, and of course, it's always a challenge. They were struggling to get when you've got a semi with an oversized load driving through town to get to Sloan's, that was part of one of the issues. They're looking for better highway access, but really they were also landlocked where their facility currently is in Taylorville, across the street from the airport. So they have purchased ground in Edinburgh, and they're currently working with the Village of Edinburgh. But their plan is to purchase 30 acres just south of Edinburgh. They're going to build a 30,000 square foot building that's going to handle their sales, their maintenance, their parts, and their plan is to get this project going and get it going, rather quickly. So, and again, they're working with Edinburgh and with the county. But as long as we can get all of that moving, folks are going to start to see a lot of dirt moving as for folks that come into this county from the north on Route 29. You're going to be seeing a major construction project going on in the next year here as Sloan's built a new facility in Edinburgh, which is great for the county, and then also it's great for the city, because as they move their operation to Edinburgh, we're going to have another location that we can bring in a new business to Taylorville. And so we're already talking with folks, prospective businesses about, would you like to, take this, there's an existing building that's already here. It's on a truck route. It's out by the airport. And so we're hoping to fill that in. So, but if anyone's, has been looking for that size of business, that's going to be coming on the market as Sloan's completes construction and moves to Edinburgh.
Sure. A win for both cities, it's sounding like right here, and for Sloan's, of course. I was going to ask, what does that mean for a city like Edinburgh? A huge new plant, 30,000 square feet, is probably going to bring in a lot more workers if they're going to hire in from other places. I mean, does a city like Edinburgh, a smaller one, prepare for things like this?
Well, I mean, it's good. You're exactly right. This will be a major boost for Edinburgh. And it will be great, for them. There's not a whole lot of sales tax revenue on in a business like this, just because the larger ag equipment is all sales tax exempt, but certainly the lawn and garden, those are not sales tax exempt. So there's sales tax revenue on items like that. That will be, helpful to Edinburgh. But I think just more importantly, knowing that there's development going on, seeing that development, seeing the new business. Edinburgh's got a very successful gas station and truck stop there right along Route 29. We've got, we have a very successful, businesses in town. But this will be great. It's, I think just mentally for people to see this going on in Edinburgh. This is, at least in my lifetime, I think this is the biggest thing that will be going on in Edinburgh.
Wow, unbelievable. Sloan Implement moving to the new location in Edinburgh. It's going to be a massive operation over there with the sales and the actual manufacturing happening all in one spot right there. We're set to take ourselves a little break, but we are speaking right now with Matt Hart, the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
This is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Maybe you have your eye on a new boat or camper. At TCCU, we can help you with all of these. We offer low interest rates and generous payback periods. At TCCU, we pride ourselves in providing excellent service and personal attention. So if you are looking to make a new purchase, give TCCU a chance to earn your business. We are conveniently located in Taylorville, Hillsboro, Litchfield, and Pana. You can also find us online at tccu.org. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Hello, this is Bill Pinkston, General Sales Manager at Landmark of Taylorville. Stop in today and take advantage of the springtime savings with 2.9% financing for 72 months available on Chevy Silverado 1500 models. Or you can get up to $6,000 in rebates on select GMC Sierra 1500 models. Plus, we have the best selection of new inventory we have seen in years. Looking for a pre-owned model? We have over 350 pre-owned vehicles in our family dealerships. And I still want your trade-in. I will buy your vehicle whether you buy from us or not. Shop us day or night at landmarkoftaylorville.com. And remember,
You always do better at Landmark.
This is Bill Wise with the latest Appetite for Pork report. Today I'm talking with Dr. David Newman, Senior Vice President of Market Growth at National Pork Board, about how your pork checkoff dollars are working to bring more U.S. pork to tables around the world. Dr. Newman, pork producers are bracing for another down year. What has the pork checkoff been doing to help stabilize, even grow demand?
We export about 30% of our total production in the United States. And that number has grown for a very long time. But that still means we have 70% of our production domestic. This focus on stabilizing domestic demand, that's really important to us. So speaking internationally, we partner with U.S. Meat Export Federation in our international efforts. And that's a really great example of something that we do to drive demand around the world.
Thanks again, David, for talking with us today about how the pork checkoff is building a bigger appetite for U.S. pork. You can find out more information at porkcheckoff.org/radio.
Lauren Asali here from Schaefer Perfetti and Asali Funeral Homes. I want to take a moment to say thank you to the community for the outpour of love and support in response to my husband Mike's passing away. Thank you. At Asali Funeral Homes, we will continue to serve as a family for your family. We are Taylorville's only locally owned and operated funeral home, serving families with honor and respect.
This is Jenny Turvey, manager of Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville. To learn more about our apartments, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jansen's Heating and Air is the home of Dr. Comfort, focusing on customer care for heating and air conditioning across Central Illinois for some 35 years. Find out their services, specials, and coupons by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we continue with this great conversation, we'd like to thank the sponsors that make them possible: People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better. At Landmark, we're speaking with Matt Hart, the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. In this half, we're going to talk about some 2024 updates, and we're going to start with the Taylorville Square Square because there's always movement going on over there.
There is, and a lot of businesses, moving and coming and going, and yeah, I mean, the Taylorville Square is a really exciting place to be right now, Tim. And it, walk around there on a Saturday, morning. A couple weeks ago I was there, and we were just hitting a couple of the shops, grabbing a cup of coffee at our new coffee joint. And as we were just talking about Jack's on Main, which is the old Areni's property, that is you're going to see a lot more movement there this year, as well as they finish up the construction on that building. That's pretty exciting. And then also, I don't know if folks saw or not, but the old what a lot of people refer to as the One East Main One East restaurant. That building is now for sale, and it's listed, and Steve Craig's has that listed. But that would be a great building if someone wants to put in a very nice restaurant, put in a brewery, put in a microbrewery. It's a great building. It's a great obviously a great location. And there's just a lot of exciting things going on in and around the Taylorville Square. And then to kind of top it all off, Tim, this year you're going to see a $5 million investment. $3 million of that coming from the state and $2 million of that coming from the Taylorville Business Development District funds. That's going to really revitalize downtown. And we're talking about doing some, making the sidewalks look nice, making the lighting look nice, just making the, everything look, very, very inviting, kind of bringing the entire Taylorville Square, just kind of a fresh coat of paint, if you will, that's going to make it attractive because we have these businesses, these young entrepreneurs who are investing in Taylorville and investing in Christian County. And we want to make sure we continue to build on that and continue to bring people into Christian County every day.
Wow, a $5 million investment right there, and into places on the square that are not being tended to by the very dedicated business owners already. Like you said, very young and very passionate workforce we have on the Taylorville Square there. But now it's all that's left is to really fix up some roads, fix up some sidewalks, like you said.
Yep.
And really, it's going to make for a perfect Taylorville Square right there. Really,
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
It's very, very exciting time right now.
Yeah, awesome. And for all the business owners and potential ones out there, I mean, really now is the time with a very fast-moving Taylorville Square. It's increasing at a positive level there. Now let's talk a little bit about the Taylorville bike trail over there on the path a little bit. You have an update for us on that.
Yeah. So the good news is the bid has been let, the bid's been awarded, and so we know they're gonna finish that bridge for the bike trail that runs south of Taylorville along Route 29. That's the good news, Tim. The bad news is we just found out the bridge itself has been delayed. The way they do these types of projects today, they actually build the bridge off site and then bring it here pretty much on a truck. Supply chain issues, right? That we've heard so much about, but there have been some supply chain issues with that bridge. So that bridge is, we were hoping to have that in, this spring for the summer. Now it's looking like it might be later in the summer or in the fall until we can get that bridge in here. So we will get it done in 2024, not as early as we hoped. And I know a lot of people are waiting for that bridge to get redone, but it will get done. So just be patient and we will get that finished.
Okay. And supply chain issues have affected many things. And I would totally assume that a bridge, a completely constructed bridge, that would fall into those issues as well. Is it in sections right now? It's a pretty long bridge.
Yeah, it'll be in sections. Okay. But then they'll bring it here by truck, and it's just that's the way we do bridges in 2024. Again, the good news is it's ready to be done. The bad news is it's on back order.
that is news to me. That is the way we do bridges. But it is just good to know that it'll be arriving here in 2024, the new bike trail bridge. Yep. And we've been talking about it for so long. It's been out of commission for a long time, but it's really a great opportunity for people to use that bridge and take it all the way to where it's supposed to be taken to.
Absolutely.
There. Really awesome there. And let's talk a little bit about some Pana developments here. We're talking Christian County economic development. Can't leave out our surrounding cities here. So talk to me about Pana.
So Pana just had a ribbon cutting for the new Jack Flash. Very, very exciting. What a great business to have located in downtown Pana. And some people call it a truck stop. It's way more than a truck stop. It is a hub for obviously for fuel, but also for retail. And so very, very excited about that in Pana. Pana's also got B&R Marine is doing some remodeling and expansion of the building down there as well. Great Western Popcorn is doing some major construction there as well. You're going to see some really fantastic businesses, and these are good employers here in the county as well. So it's a lot going on in Pana. And then over in Assumption, we've got a new subdivision going in, and we've got some people that want to maybe work in Decatur or work from home or work in Assumption or work at GSI or work at Sloan's are looking for new housing in Assumption. And so again, we're utilizing the enterprise zone for that. But that new subdivision is going to be really nice and bring some new families to Assumption.
All good things there in Pana and Assumption. The Jack Flash is fully finished now. It's great to see that ribbon cutting happening. The Pana Panther up on top of it. We can't forget about that. And yeah, the very wide range of retail there. It is not just a gas station.
Yeah.
It is not doing it the proper service to call it a gas station. Food and the retail items, just such great things happening there in Pana. I've been loving hearing that from our WTIM morning show from Pana. Kirby Kastner has been doing a great job of getting all that economic development out there. Matt, we're in our final minute here. Any final words for the listeners?
Yeah, no, just it's an exciting time. It's 2024. We know once the weather breaks, we're going to see a lot of construction going on. Just want to remind folks too, we've got the Taylorville Commercial Industrial Park on the north side of town. We do have several people looking at that. I think you're going to see some movement on that those lots here very quickly. But if anyone's interested in those, again, let me know because I can put you in touch with that information. And again, our phone number is 217-565-2280. They can email us at edcchristiancounty@gmail.com. But we're here to serve the entire community and serve our business and continue to grow the economy in Christian County.
Just awesome. Thank you so much for coming in today, Matt.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That was Matt Hart, the Executive Director of the Christian County Economic Development Corporation. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in.
A major East Coast transportation link has been